James Longstreet, born January 8, 1821, in Edgefield, South Carolina, grew up in the South before the Civil War, a time of great change and tension in America. His childhood taught him independence and loyalty, qualities that helped him become one of the Confederacy's best generals. Seeing his potential, Longstreet's dad sent him to West Point, the Army's prestigious school. There he learned about planning battles and became a skilled military strategist. His classmates included Ulysses S. Grant, George Pickett, and George McClellan, who would later become both friends and foes. Their friendships and lessons at West Point shaped their lives and American history. Longstreet's time at West Point influenced his thoughts on war and leadership. He had no idea these lessons would soon be tested as the nation moved closer to conflict. Growing up, ideas of duty and honor were important to Longstreet, guiding him during the Civil War. His family taught him to always do what's right, shaping him into the sometimes controversial general known for his steadfastness and principles. After graduating from West Point in 1842, Longstreet joined the U.S. Army. He became part of the infantry and did a great job in the years leading up to the Mexican-American War. The Mexican-American War in 1846 gave Longstreet his first experience of a really big war. Serving under General Zachary Taylor, Longstreet fought in battles that showed his bravery and skill. At the Battle of Contreras in 1847, Longstreet was very brave and became well known. He led a daring charge, got badly hurt, but kept encouraging his soldiers until they won. This brave act made everyone see Longstreet as a courageous officer, and he was promoted to major. The Mexican-American War turned Longstreet into a skilled leader, getting him ready for the Civil War. After the Mexican-American War, the United States started having big disagreements between the North and the South, which grew more intense over time. Longstreet had a tough choice to make: stay loyal to the U.S. Army, where he had built his career, or join the Confederacy, which aligned with his home state. When the Civil War started at Fort Sumter in 1861, he had to decide quickly where his loyalties lay. In the end, he chose the Confederacy and left the U.S. Army, a decision that would define his future. He joined the Confederate Army and quickly became a brigadier general, demonstrating his leadership skills. He believed states should have more power, not that he wanted glory or a higher position, but because he felt it was the right cause. Longstreet's early jobs showed how good he was at organizing and training new soldiers, which was crucial for the Confederate Army. He knew the South had to fight defensively, using smart strategies to make up for having fewer supplies and resources. This idea was at the heart of his military thinking during the whole war, influencing many of his decisions. His relationship with General Robert E. Lee was shaped by this strategic approach, making them a formidable team. Joining the Confederacy changed Longstreet's life forever, impacting his legacy and how history remembers him. As the Civil War went on, Longstreet became more and more important in the Confederate Army, rising through the ranks with each passing battle. General Robert E. Lee, the leader of the Army of Northern Virginia, trusted him because he was so good at planning battles and executing them flawlessly. During the Peninsula Campaign in 1862, Longstreet was key in stopping the Union Army from getting to Richmond, showcasing his strategic brilliance. His great defense during the 7 days battles saved Richmond from falling into Union hands. This made Longstreet known as one of the Confederacy's most reliable and trusted commanders. At the Second Battle of Bull Run, he arrived at just the right time, and his well-planned attack helped the Confederacy win a crucial victory. This victory showed how good Longstreet was at carrying out difficult battle plans and adapting to changing circumstances. Throughout the war, Longstreet thought the South should fight defensively, making the North attack and lose lots of soldiers in the process. He wanted to hold important locations and make the enemy pay a high price for attacking, ensuring the South's strategic advantage. The Battle of Gettysburg, fought from July 1st to July 3rd, 1863, was a turning point in the American Civil War. General James Longstreet played a crucial role in this battle. As one of General Robert E. Lee's most trusted commanders, Longstreet was tasked with leading several key assaults. Despite his strategic acumen, the Confederate forces faced significant challenges. The aftermath of Gettysburg was devastating for the South. Longstreet's reflections on the battle, captured in his letters and memoirs, reveal the deep impact it had on him and the Confederate cause. After the Civil War, James Longstreet faced a challenging transition to civilian life. He moved to New Orleans and became a successful businessman. During the Reconstruction era, Longstreet took a controversial step by joining the Republican Party and supporting Reconstruction policies. This decision alienated many of his former Confederate comrades. Despite the backlash, Longstreet remained steadfast in his beliefs, advocating for reconciliation and progress. He served as a diplomat, a U.S. Marshal, and even held various political positions. Longstreet's post-war years were marked by his efforts to rebuild the South and promote unity. He wrote extensively about his wartime experiences, contributing valuable insights to Civil War historiography. Longstreet's legacy is complex. He is remembered as a skilled military strategist and a figure of reconciliation. His later years were spent in Gainesville, Georgia, where he continued to influence military thought and Southern politics until his death in 1904. Subscribe Emgotvhistory for stories.